Ah, the life of an actor.
I
Telling
love
people you know how to act and then not being able to act.
They should know. They should be able to look at me and be like, "Oh, he can't act. Why are we even trusting him?" But that's on them. Okay.
Oh, Tony. They're gonna go on your IMDb page, and like
Slander me.
slander you. It's
I
gonna
guess
be
is it
harsh.
if it's true, is it slander or is that just like outing me? I don't know.
It's just facts.
It's just facts. Yeah.
Ken,
Put
Ken.
it in my bio because it's true.
Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony. Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony. It's like watching, yeah.
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. I'm Dan.
I'm Tony.
And this is a show where we explore the thing titled Blockbuster. Used to be a thing. Then we had COVID, and then the world changed, and now everyone's addicted to the tiny screen, but they still put these big boomy movies into the theater.
Yeah, maybe they shouldn't. I don't know.
Have you been to the movie theater, Tony?
I have not. I walked by a movie theater the other day and it looked pretty empty. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I could go because it would be similar to renting out the movie theater without all the money. And then I just kept walking.
Yeah, someone was explaining to me, you can go to the movies. There's nobody there. I'm like,
right. Yeah, but there's nobody there for a reason. I'm all good.
And then we calculated it, and it was like the last movie we saw was Island of Dogs, the what's his name?
Wes
Anderson.
Thank you. Anderson.
And then like I think the movie before that we'd gone to was like his movie before that, the one about the hotel. So that's the big screen experience we like. I
can't remember the last movie I went to. That makes me sad.
Yeah, think about that. An actor.
Well, I mean, I'm out of the business as much as possible, so do I really need to support the business? Go fuck yourselves. No, I love the movie theater. We used to go all the time. Maybe we'll get back to it someday. I hope so.
Maybe. So this week I got to pick the movie, this week you got to pick the movie.
Yeah, we both would have picked it. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Top of the list. What movie did you pick, Tony?
This is this should have been the greatest movie of 20. What? Don't look at me. The 2020s. End of period. Should have been the best movie of the decade. Roland Emmerich back in the prime of his life, talking about things that he's very interested in. Supposedly, didn't show it in the movie, but supposedly he's very interested in these things.
Oh, I got the pull quote. Let me get the pull quote. Oh,
great. Well, hold on. Let me add. We saw Moonfall. We watched Moonfall. Yeah. The great, the new disaster movie. Fuck, it should have been fun. Should have been fun, Dan.
There was nothing fun about this movie.
How did we forget to have fun? In a ridiculous disaster movie, we forgot to have any fucking fun whatsoever. What a disaster of a movie. So boring.
So here's Roland Emmerich.
Yeah, great. Give it to me. Give it to me hot.
According to Wikipedia, when accused of resorting too often to scenes of cities being subjected to epic disasters, Emmerich says that it is a justified way of increasing awareness about both global warming and the lack of government preparation plan for a global doomsday scenario in the cases of Day After Tomorrow in 2012.
Both movies that I thoroughly enjoy. I genuinely love both those movies, and you can tell that he's passionate about those things. Like these are things that he thinks, not like, oh, I'm really passionate, but like there's things that he enjoys in them. He's having a good time while he makes those movies, I would argue. Lately, Roland is just fucking sleeping behind the camera or some shit, just in the director's chair with a book maybe, just reading something different, not even watches, because there's no passion in this movie. He doesn't give a fuck about what he's making, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, Dan.
Yeah. The thing about it is these movies are supposed to be about, like, if you're going to destroy the world, it should be like sort of these iconic things. He's destroying LA. You're jumping from freeway off ramp to freeway off ramp. You launch through the Randy's donut.
Love
you
that.
know you have the beam come down, it blows up the whole White House. You melt the Tokyo Tower.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
is this the first Roland Emmerich movie without the White House in it? Because I was pretty disappointed. I don't know.
But I mean, that's the whole thing. Is there's even when we get around to the destruction scenes, it's like the LA thing is the tide sort of comes in on a sort of random hotel,
And it doesn't land. There's no, what is the word I'm looking like?
gravitas.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just all like, well, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then somebody says something stupid, and then the movie's over.
Yes.
That's how I felt. Like I want to feel things. There's no humanity in this movie. There are no real characters going through some shit. We throw these shitty tropes. Maybe we should just talk about it and we can point it out as we go. But it's nothing. This is the most nothing movie I've ever seen, and I'm so mad.
You're missing those Judd Hirsch moments.
Yes, dude. Are you kidding me? Fuck. I spent a lot of time comparing this to Independence Day.
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
Okay.
So this is actually a good thing to bring up, Dan, because first one, phenomenal movie. Whether or not you enjoy it or think it's a good film, like artist, whatever, it's fucking fun. It's so fun, and it's how you do these things. It's what you measure everything against. Independence Day is a prime example of this. And then the second one that it came out, 20 years later, which we did on the podcast, is not good. It also lacks these things. And I was like, maybe that was a cash grab. And they were just like, Roland, we need to do another Independence Day. Will's not going to do it. And he's like, fuck, I'll just do it. I don't care. But he doesn't care now. This is your big moment. Moonfall, conspiracy theories. Come on, guy. This is your shit.
And that's the whole thing, is all the sort of ideas about all the conspiracy theory stuff is just like so thin. Like, so many things have talked about conspiracy theory stuff at this point. We live in a world of like QAnon and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This was dealt with. They were writing this through COVID. They were shooting this through COVID. Like, so many things, and their conspiracy theory stuff is just like, okay.
Wah, wah.
So we're doing Moonfall.
Yeah. Moonfall.
Did it come out last year? It came out this year.
Did it come? I honestly don't even know.
I think it came out this year, and it flopped all over the place.
It had to have.
Most expensive independent movie ever made.
Wait, this is an independent movie?
This is an independent movie. He financed it from China, and I think Lionsgate, and some German company, and he cobbled together this $150 million for this mess.
I wish that I could get $1 million for a for a movie idea. I could shoot a movie on $1 million. I'll tell you that right now. I just Googled it. It did come out this year.
Yeah.
Just wanted to.
So we start with some Apollo mission vintage footage, and then we go back to 2011. They're up there with the space shuttle repairing this satellite. Did you realize it was Halle Berry right from the beginning?
Only because I knew she was in the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, that's probably her.
Okay, I did not recognize her in the space shuttle. I recognized her once we got out. I was like, oh, is Halle Berry in this? And I was like, oh, it's Halle Berry.
I don't want to she looks weird.
She looks weird.
Yeah. I feel like they did some airbrushing or some sort of effect to make her skin look almost shiny. It was very weird to me. I don't know. She didn't look superhuman to me, but it's cool. So
this space blob attacks them, and it sort of kills one of the guys. Sort of doesn't. Very boring. Very lackluster. Sort of knocks him into the thing, and then he has to open a panel and pull the thing to get the shuttle to stop spinning. And then Halle Berry's character was sort of just randomly knocked unconscious. Yep. And nothing's happened. I understand that when you explain it, it sounds like things are happening,
the way it feels in the movie is nothing. There's no excitement. I don't ever feel like there's real danger. I mean, the guy died and I was like, oh, did he float away? Is he dead? I don't know. I'm not even sure. Oh, now we're just spinning in a ship. Okay. It's very boring.
So there's no agency of the characters.
That's the word, Dan.
Well,
agency. Thank you.
And, you want your characters to have an amount of agency. You want them to have some conflict of what they kind of have to go against. And then that you want to see them, you want to set up some traits that they have that are particular to them that are then paid off over the course of the movie.
Oh, that would be cool.
None of these things ever happen in this movie.
No, not at all.
So we go back, and it's 2 years later. They have to sell their house. The astronaut dude, the white astronaut dude, who I did not realize was going to be the star of the movie. I was like, oh, this guy's the star? Okay.
Patrick Wilson?
Yeah.
You know, like Patty Wilson?
Do I know him from anything?
I mean, yeah, probably. Watchmen? You remember that movie?
Who was he in Watchmen?
He's Night Owl?
Oh, he's Night Owl?
Is that right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him. So we get this whole thing where he's been disgraced, and they're all saying that he caused this by being an asshole.
Right.
And
I honestly don't understand their argument.
Yeah.
They're blaming him. I don't know. They never explained to me how it's his fault, other than they're just like, well, you were up there, so your fault.
Not
Halle Berry, who's just sleeping in the ship.
Yeah,
she's taking a nap while other people are dying.
Not the dead guy.
It's Patty's fault.
Not like the dead guy didn't do anything. And then at some point,
stupid.
We sort of later on in the movie, we'll just talk about it now. They sort of say that things have been going on up at the moon for like a long time, and then he didn't play ball.
Yeah, they were. Which Donald Sutherland.
Which we should have.
The worst exposition of all time. But
if the idea is there's a cover-up going on, you got to show us the cover-up, people. You got to make him
1,000,000%
deny the cover-up thing, and then you have to have him not play ball. If we're doing this to him because he's not played ball, we don't know any of this.
Correct. No, not at all. He needs to be on the outs. It doesn't even sound like he knows that there was a conspiracy. He's like, bro, I don't know what happened. They blamed me for it. I guess it's my fault. Like, no. That storyline works for us. Them being like, hey, you have to say this happened. He's like, I can't do it. I've got my integrity.
America, truth and freedom.
That's a character trait that I will follow. Give me God damn it. These fucking people. I hate this movie so much, Dan.
See, you're just baffled. You're just like, he's getting thrown out of the military and losing his house, and everything bad is happening to him, but we're vague about why.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's so stupid. And that it doesn't even give me a redemption arc to root for.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I need him to then go back and prove himself or be like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And Halle Berry character, never seen again in relationship to him at this stage.
So, and she doesn't know there's a cover-up either. So, like, I would be more interested if she's playing ball, and that's their conflict. Is like, hey, you played ball, I couldn't do it. I'm a man. Why is none of this in this? Like, I don't know, man. There's good character work there that you can play off of. That's quick, because that's what you need in these movies. Is you need something to hit quick as a character like staple that we can grab onto, and we don't need to spend too much time on it. And then we move on to explosions.
Yeah. So he's disgraced. His kid is sad. 10 years later, he was sad.
I know. But his kid is sad. Next scene. That's basically how they wrote the script, I think, Dan.
Kid am sad. Continue. So 10 years later, we're at University of California, Irvine, my alma mater.
Oh, look at you, California boy.
So I'm like, they're going to go to some places, that place where I used to get those really good sandwiches. Oh my God. No, they just one office.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything. I would argue that's definitely not really an office there.
Yeah. So we have faux Josh Gad. Josh Gad was supposed to play this part.
Is that true? I'm so glad that he didn't. What is this guy's name? It's not Sam.
Sam.
Well, what's his name? I don't remember from Game of Thrones. Tar Heel, that can't be right. Whatever this guy, I'm going to call him Sam for the podcast, so I hope no one gets confused.
Sam.
He's the only person in this movie I liked.
He's good. He's
Yeah.
good.
He has emotions. He has emotions. No one in this movie has any emotions. Nobody is able to look at a green screen and act appropriately. Like, things are blowing up and they're like, oh man, the moon's falling to the earth. Anyhow, it's so weird.
And he'll like pull out his camera and like take pictures of things when he's on like the space
it's
shuttle.
fun.
And it's fun, but it's not like, it doesn't feel out of character or absurd.
Or jokey.
Or
it doesn't
jokey.
feel like jokey. It's like, oh, this guy's, he's us. He's cute. Yeah, I like him.
He plays the
only
regular
character
man.
I enjoy.
Yeah.
Good job,
So,
Sam.
He breaks in there and he's stealing computer information because he's trying to figure things out. And
why?
because he believes the moon is hollow.
I just didn't feel like we got that information until too late.
Oh, sure.
I don't know, because in the beginning, I'm like, he's calling himself a doctor, and I was just like, what are you doing, guy? Like, why are you even doing this research? I needed something.
We set up this whole thing. He calls himself a doctor multiple times, and then 2/3 of the way through the movie, he says, I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And it's supposed to be, that's one of your sort of Frisian moments where like he should be introducing himself as a doctor, and then someone says, you're not a doctor. Stop saying that you're not a doctor. He's
That's great.
But I started the first semester.
Right.
Give him something to work with, as opposed to like this sort of leading joke or whatever that's never paid off or never sort of dealt with until they decide to not deal with it by just making it be a bit. That's not even a bit.
It's not a bit. Yeah. Ugh.
So he goes to his other job after stealing the information, and he has a van, which conspiracy guys always have a van.
Yeah. Well, vans are good for transporting gear. So.
And then he calls NASA, but instead of calling NASA, he calls the NASA gift shop.
I didn't totally understand the joke, but
no, that's a wah-wah.
I think it could be funny. I think.
This is a guy who can break into offices, who can break into computers, who can do all this. You think he can't get a phone number, somebody real?
And not only that, but like, where did he get this phone number? Did he just Google it? There wasn't any sort of setup to the joke. There was just like, oh, he called the wrong part of NASA. I don't know. I don't get it.
So now we get to meet Halle Berry. She's like number 2 at NASA, Texas. And her 2 little dudes are like, the moon's orbit has shifted. Look at these numbers.
Yeah. Let me explain to you why I have a problem with this, Dan. So Sam discovered this information.
Yeah.
And is calling NASA to tell them that.
Yeah.
What should happen is NASA answers and they're like, oh, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. And then he has to prove them wrong.
Sure.
But they also know
instantly
without him telling them. So who cares that he discovered it?
Doesn't matter.
I don't fucking understand.
Why does he have to go through a whole, Ethan Hunt spy mission for information that they're going to give us as fact 5 minutes later?
That's what I'm saying. What? I don't understand the point of any of it.
Yeah, just have him have him have a telescope out in the back, and he just does his own calculations and figures it out.
Yep.
Because if the moon's orbit was degrading, everyone, every amateur astronomer in the entire world would know it instantly.
Yeah,
they would look
100%.
at it and they'd be like, what the hell is this? Because what you have is you have your telescope out there, and then you set it so it tracks the moon. So it goes real slowly. And instantly, all those guys would be like, it's tracking differently. Instantly.
Right.
Because this moon is crashing in 3 weeks. It's not like, give it to, what was the other stupid movie, Don't Look Up? They at least had a time frame where you could actually have stuff sort of evolve.
Yes, Dan. That is my second biggest problem with this movie. And I wrote down a note for you. I was like, you know what I need Dan's famous countdown. I have no idea. Time means nothing in this movie.
Means nothing.
I don't even know. I have no idea how many days it is. I know that there's like a 12-year gap from the beginning of the movie to when we actually start the movie for absolutely no reason. Don't care at all, because they don't tell me that that's how long it takes for the moon to do something. So why is there 12-year gap? I have no idea.
For the stupid kid to grow up.
The kid is stupid.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that kid.
The fucking
that poor
kid,
guy.
man.
That poor kid. Oh man, talk about shitting your career down. I mean, hopefully he'll survive, but
why? Oh, that's mean.
Oh,
I don't.
ouch.
But he didn't show me anything that I was like, I hope this kid has a good career. Fuck this kid.
Hey, Dad. It's like, how much weed has he smoked? Okay, we're talking about the kid too soon.
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
Halle Berry. What's going on?
So we don't have a countdown. We don't have any idea. And I mean, there are literal times where the moon attacks the Earth, and it'll come in and attack, and then be unattacking.
It feels like it's literally hitting us sometimes, doesn't it? Like I don't understand.
The moon will sort of rise up, do some gravity thing, and then disappear.
Where's it going?
You can't tell if it's been 5 minutes or 6 hours that it's been doing this thing for.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Weird. So the moon is shifted. This one crater is active, which of course nothing's active on the moon. And
oh wow, well Dan, not if it's an actual moon, but if it's a Death Star, it is.
Yeah. So now we got to Griffith Park. Somehow the cat is pissing on papers, and he picks up the front page of the newspaper, which explains that there's going to be an astronaut appearing at Griffith Park for Astronaut Day.
Not an astronaut, an ex-astronaut.
Is that what it says?
Kicked out. I don't know if that's what it says, but that's
it's
that's
Astronaut
what he
Day.
Is, though. I know it's Astronaut Day, but he's no longer an astronaut, Dan. He was dishonorably discharged for sure. Like who would even ask him to come talk?
No one.
Nobody. He's a piece. Oh,
well, he's
so stupid.
Ostensibly, he's like a murderer.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
The government
he killed his friend in space.
He's a lying murderer. But
let's have him talk to children on Space Day. Come on.
But more importantly, the newspaper is putting that on the front page.
The front page? No. There's not a chance, guys.
And so Sam goes there, and it's just a bunch of kids, 12 kids that he's going to talk to, the astronaut.
Yeah.
And so,
but it's front page news.
Front page.
Keep that in mind.
So now we get in there. We understand what Sam gets to explain what he's doing. He is a guy that believes that the moon is like a structure that was built by aliens for unknowable reasons, and that it has a white dwarf in the center. It also has a ring world inside, which not sure how that works.
Gyroscopes, they said.
Yeah, but Larry Niven. Do you know who Larry Niven is?
Nah, I don't.
Great science fiction writer. He posited this idea that you'd make this thing called a ring world, where you'd have a sun in the middle, and you'd build this big ring all around it, and then you could use all that surface to have land and stuff, and it'd be huge, right?
Oh, cool! Yeah, I love it.
They put one of those inside the moon.
They sure do.
Just because at one point Roland or one of the idiot writers had read a Larry Niven book.
I think they're trying to put too many conspiracy theories into one. Like they're taking pieces of a bunch of them and putting them all into one. We really got to stick with just one, guys. Just hit one really hard.
So the stupid astronaut can't pay his rent, has expensive motorcycle, has an incredibly expensive car, which he's fixing for his incredibly stupid kid.
Yeah.
But can't pay his rent.
Doesn't have a job, as far as I can tell.
Who
right?
knows?
But he just seems like he's purposefully not paying rent. It doesn't feel like he's poor. No. It feels like he just doesn't want to pay rent.
Doesn't go out to his shit-ass motorcycle that barely fucking works. He doesn't go get on a piece of shit Kawasaki that is not street legal.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful Mustang, beautiful bike in the garage, and he just runs away. It's like, fuck this guy. This guy's a piece of shit. Maybe he did kill his friend. I don't know.
Could be. So he shows up, and then...
Hold on, Dan. We have to talk about the green screen in this movie.
What's the green screen?
This entire scene is green screen. When he drives away on the motorcycle and he pulls up to Griffith Observatory, none of that is on. They are not there at all. I would posit there is zero outside real locations in this movie. I think this was entirely shot on a fucking soundstage, and it looks bad.
See, I watch it on my...
on your little phone?
I watch on my 11-inch computer, so I don't see any of it.
Well, I've got a 70-inch HDR television, and I'll tell you right now, it looks terrible. And I was really mad until you told me this was an independent film, and I was like,
Well,
guess I have to like give.
It's $150 million.
It's a lot of money, right? It's a ton of money. Obviously, they use most of it on the effects, but you can't just shoot on location. You can't just get a guy to drive a motorcycle down a fucking street, Roland.
No, no, you
I'm
can't.
upset.
That costs money.
That costs. Can't do it, man.
And I mean, that's the whole thing. They I think I read a little bit about it. Is they have these stages and then they just green screen everything. And they're just like, do everything, then we'll figure it out later.
It just doesn't look great, and it upsets me a lot.
So they fight, and papers are thrown, and everyone gets mad.
Yep.
Now we're gonna talk about how this movie does all that. There are many scenes where everybody gets angry at everybody to try to be emotional, and I'm getting angry at Halle Berry. Halle Berry's getting angry at me, and we're angry, and we're angry, and we're angry, and we're angry. And as opposed to like, maybe we should do this thing. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Which is like a better emotion. Like teamwork is like, I always find it like an inspiring emotion, but they always want to make things fight, so it seems like something's happening.
Well, so the problem, I mean, you're hitting that right on the head. Let's go back one more time to Independence Day. They start at odds, sure.
Yeah.
But then they all come together. The fucking world comes together and fights, for America or whatever. But everyone comes together and they're all on the same side in the third act of the movie. I mean, we have a great speech from Bill Pullman where he's like, tonight is our Independence Day, as opposed to the speech in this movie, which is Halle Berry being like, let's all go home. Fuck it. It's over. What? What are you talking about? Your inspirational third act speech is her telling everyone to go home? I hate this movie, Dan.
So, astronaut has a kid. He goes on a high-speed chase for an unknowable reason with a bunch of drugs.
Why don't we see the high-speed chase?
We see it a little bit on the television.
I mean, why don't we live in it a little bit?
Because it's horrible. Because we don't want to live in it.
Hold on, Dan. My theory is that they put that in there so that later, when he drives the Hummer very fast through the city, you believe it. But it doesn't work because I didn't see him drive in the chase. All I know is he lost. He lost the chase.
Oh, so you're saying if we'd had a 3-minute car chase scene, we'd
I don't need 3 minutes. Did you remember Star Trek where the kids steal at the very beginning? Young James T. Kirk steals a car and he's like joyriding. Great character moment. You're like, oh, he's like a free spirit, breaks the rules.
Asshole.
Love it. It's 2 minutes tops and you understand everything. I just need 1 minute of this kid like cruising in and out, having a good time. And then finally he should probably pull himself over because he's like, you know what? This is wrong. I don't know.
It's like woman walks in front of him with a baby, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, some sort of character building moment for his intro, because it turns out he's more important than I thought he was going to be, given that he just shows up and is like, "Oh, now I'm getting arrested."
So then we go to the judge, and we meet Michael Pena stepping up.
God damn it, Michael Pena!
He's so good. I love him so much.
I love him. This is so wasteful of Michael Pena.
It's such a waste. They make him yell at people as opposed to like being a smart ass or funny.
Which is, why do you hire someone and not let them do what they do?
Because Stanley Tucci bowed out.
Is that also true?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, fuck, I love Tucci. And now I wish that him and Pena did a movie together. That would be better.
We deal with the crazy guy having a mom with Alzheimer's.
Oh, no, we need to talk about it a little bit, Dan.
No.
We need to talk about it.
No.
We do, because there's no fucking reason for her to have Alzheimer's. It does not progress the story. It's not a fucking character trait for Sam. Not his name. What's his name in the movie?
Sam.
DJ? Casey? Casey. They're using it as if him going and talking to his mother with Alzheimer's is a character trait for him. It's fucking not. It doesn't do anything for him or the story. It's just manipulative for no reason whatsoever, and it's awful.
But, that was different. I got to name a cat Fuzz Aldrin.
Well, which I did enjoy. And I was like, I might steal that.
Cute joke.
But, sir, just to finish this loop on the nonsensical Alzheimer's student, at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, when Sam is like killing himself, Casey, sorry, damn it. And he's like, tell my mom that I did this for the world so she doesn't think I'm a loser. She doesn't think anything of it. She doesn't fucking remember you. So you're basically telling Patrick Wilson that every single day of the rest of his life, he has to visit your mom and remind her that her son died a hero. Fuck this movie. So stupid. God, that's dumb. She should be disappointed in her son. She should be, all with it and just be like, you're not living up to your potential, Casey. You're smart. Why aren't you doing real things? Wasting your time on these conspiracy theories. And now he's a hero. That's a fucking story.
And we could do the whole you're lying about being a doctor right there.
Thank you. Look at that. We solved one thread of the story. Fuck.
And even worse, at one point, somehow they send helicopters to that convalescent home to pick up his mother and fly her out of there. Just like specifically. And it is literally the worst. I hated that scene.
Yeah, no, it's not good at all.
Like, you're wasting time and energy to save this tertiary character that you could just have show us, in a boat. You don't even show us. I don't care.
You could even just show her in a bunker somewhere just later. Just be like, whoa, that's my son or something. I don't fucking know. I don't need to see her getting rescued for no reason. And then just getting wheeled out with her cat.
Sure, bring your cat. Where are your bags, ma'am? It's like, what the fuck?
I don't need bags.
The end of the world, and this military helicopter is saving one random old woman who has nothing to do with anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then Patrick Wilson goes and tries to bribe the judge with his motorcycle.
How is he not arrested in these two scenes? First, he's yelling at the judge in court. You can't do that. He should hold you in contempt.
No.
And then you're trying to bribe him.
Murdered. You yell at a judge, it's the end of your life.
Right.
These are judges. They don't give a fuck about your bullshit.
These are judges.
My mom used to work at the court.
Oh, did she?
Oh, yeah.
Does she yell at a bunch of judges?
No, you don't yell at judges because judges, there's here's God, here's judges. It's just a very thin line between God and judges.
There's a very small distinction.
If you're a judge, this is where it is. You're a judge, there's God. But in reality,
it's just under.
So stupid. So Michael Peña's, they're trying to go to Aspen. Everyone's trying to go to Aspen because we have to get everybody into Aspen.
Everyone in the United States, I should say, not the world. Every single person in the United States is going to Colorado right now. That's not a thing.
Jesus. So what's his name has to go back to Griffith Park to dig through the trash, which the random security guy there's same guy, and then he finds the paper on the ground so he can find Sam.
So, okay, couple things. First of all, this is like a time jump again, and I don't know what the time jump is, but when we cut to Griffith Observatory, the California is on fire. It's smoking in the background. So we've been looting for days, weeks, maybe? I don't know.
Was it really on fire?
100%. There's billowing smoke everywhere. There's fires in the background. This place is a desolate wasteland already.
Well, at least the tide's coming in to put out the fires. So then he goes and, they send a mission up there, this random thing, and then it looks and sees the hole, then it flies down the hole, and then it gets attacked by the smoke monster.
The smoke monster. That's actually a great analogy. Smoke monster might look better. I honestly don't know. Lost could have done it better. I don't know. Stupid.
You want to through all these other things, we find out that the smoke monster knows to attack when there's living creatures using electronics.
Yes, that is correct. It's very specific, which is weird. We might as well talk about it now. So they're AI that rise up and they kill organic material inside of machinery, right?
Well, if organic material is hanging around with
But when we do the explanation later, the 20 minutes of exposition that I didn't need, we built a bunch of moons and they destroyed all the moons except for one.
The one lucky
but they
moon.
were the moons were empty because that's the only way to get them someplace. So why did they destroy the other moons if they were empty?
I don't know.
It doesn't make it just because it doesn't make it. The rules don't make sense, Dan. I hate this movie.
When we get to the end part and try to figure it out.
We're going to need you to science the shit out of this today, Dan.
Well, you just make them. I mean, they're AIs. They're sentient. They're not stupid.
It seems like they are.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest.
They're like, whatever. We'll talk about the AIs in a little while.
Okay, sorry.
He goes to the hotel meeting. We find out that there's a white dwarf in the center. He explains everything. Everything he explains is perfectly true based on no information. You know, he just has a flight of fancy and it's correct.
So what is better?
I'm going to say what you have to do is at the end, you just say, we planted the idea of the moon being alive in a few people somehow. You know, it's a genetic thing that's going to crack
Very nice,
open.
yeah. Because someone has to know in order to use it properly.
Yeah.
That's great, Dan.
The smartest minds on your planet cracked the code and should know this thing. Because you're the smartest guy on the planet. Boom.
That's not what we do, though, Dan.
No.
We don't do that at all.
He's just
throwing shit at the wall, and it all stuck. What a day.
So the bad weather begins. The tide comes in. Sam is too stupid when he sees a giant tidal wave to walk up a flight of stairs.
We have to be more specific, Dan. He can't swim. He cannot swim. He tells us that once he's drowning in a second. I can't swim. So a guy that can't swim, a brilliant scientist who cannot swim, sees a wave coming from miles away and just stands there? Nope. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
And then Patrick Wilson has to jump into the water to save him in literally the weakest save thing ever.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. My favorite part of it, though, Dan, is there's a guy on the stairs that's like, come here, over here. And he's reaching out for them. But then when they reach the stairs, he's not on the stairs. Where is that guy? I don't know where that guy is. I don't know where he's trying to help them get to.
He left. So the evil AI's on the head of NASA. So Halle Berry's there with the head of NASA, and he's like, I'm out. I got to go deal with my family because I'm a character that we haven't set up as an asshole, but he's just going to be a giant asshole so that he could hand her badge to Halle Berry and then give her a bunch of information about how to solve the problem.
Yeah, but he won't do it.
No.
He's not. He knows exactly how to figure this problem out. He just doesn't want to do it. And he's like, hey, you've always wanted my job. Now it's yours. I'm gonna bounce. This is a terrible scene. Oh my God.
It was so weird. You didn't understand who he was, what he even meant. It was just such a weird way, just give Halle Berry the powers.
Right.
Have a subordinate
just have clearance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give him the clearance.
Similar to, again, in Independence Day, where the president has the clearance. He's got the power, but he talks to the bald guy and he's like, well, we don't have aliens. It's that's not entirely accurate. Have somebody be like, hey, there's a guy that has some information that you should probably talk to.
But no, this guy has to say, I'm fucking off and I'm giving you the badge. But as I'm fucking off, I'm giving you the information. You're just
fucking off to Disneyland for a few days with the family. Oh my God.
So we go downstairs and poor Donald Sutherland wheels himself out and gives the performance of a lifetime.
Does he?
No.
This guy is saddled with a 3-page monologue of pure nonsense exposition. There is nothing makes sense.
That he just wants to get through so he can roll himself back to his office and shoot himself in the head.
Right. So, okay. Yeah, let's talk about this. He's loading a gun with one bullet. He's definitely killing himself.
Did he load it with one bullet?
Just one little bullet. He's definitely killing himself. There's no other reason to only load one bullet in your gun. And then he rolls out and it's oh, hey, you're not supposed to have that. That is top secret information.
Get out of there.
But I'm going to tell you everything.
Tony, now do you spend a lot of time confronting people to protect information when you're just going to kill yourself in 30 seconds?
Not only are you just going to kill yourself, but you're also going to tell her. So you don't care about the information. There's no reason for you to stop her because you are willing to tell her everything. None of it makes any sense. It's the dumbest thing in the world. And then he just spouts exposition that she doesn't even ask for.
So we set up that the military is going to want to nuke the moon. They wait a million years to do this and don't do when they finally get around to sort of doing it. There's no reason. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And also, is it too close at this point? Like, by the time they get around to it, I feel like it's too close and they're going to scorch some earth.
Well, that's the whole idea is if you do that, the radiation's then going to fall back on Earth, which is why they would have done it sooner.
Sooner, right? Exactly. Like, you have to do that. If you want to do that, do it when it's far enough away that it won't matter.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So they don't set up a reason why they don't just nuke the moon. Not that you can nuke the moon. So everyone wants to go to Colorado. And now we set up that all the space shuttles were deaccessioned in 2011. Did you realize that?
I think I did, actually.
Yeah, I did
Maybe not exactly, but I remember that being like a big deal that we're killing them all. And that's why, Elon Musk is out here doing some shit.
Yeah. So I guess they were all given the boot in 2011. They don't really say that in this movie.
They don't say that at all because isn't that the same time that Patrick Wilson gets the boot?
Yeah.
Is it his fault?
Maybe.
Like, I
should have tied it all together.
That's what
these space shuttles are too dangerous with crazy men like Patrick Wilson driving them around the universe.
We can't trust humans behind the wheel, so we got to deactivate. I don't know, man.
Make an AI.
This movie doesn't make any sense.
And then the other thing that she'd found out was they've got this EMP bomb, which is going to work perfectly when it works.
Yeah, it's going to crush.
Because everybody knows that's exactly what they need is the EMP bomb.
Crush some ass, baby. Come on.
Based on who knows what.
Based on nothing. They don't know that it's a machine. They don't know that.
So they sent copters to that hotel because they can contact his phone. Don't think to call him on the phone. They just show up and like, we need you. And of course, he like grouses about wanting to even go with them, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, he doesn't want to go. And then he's like, hey, Sam's coming with.
Yeah, I don't want to go, but this asshole's coming with me.
Yeah.
And then they go meet Halle Berry, and then everybody fights about everything.
Yep. That is correct.
There is a reason why he has to go on the mission. What's the reason?
Because he flies without engines or something.
Yes, because
I don't know.
When he had his accident, he flew back down and he was able to land without engines or something. And he saved Halle Berry, right? By himself.
He definitely saved Halle Berry, but he murdered another guy. It doesn't cancel out, Dan. Okay.
So I think Patrick Wilson says this at this point, I've got my own problems, which is his son in jail.
Correct. Yeah, which, by the way, everyone pretty much just left in jail.
Okay. Moon coming to crash into Earth, but I gotta get my son out of jail for those last couple of days.
I've got some family drama to deal with. The world can wait. Thank you very much.
So we go to get the shuttle. Taggers have done this. They've written "fuck the moon."
Fuck the moon.
Very funny.
Yeah.
And then they move the shuttle, and it's like a little, like maybe 90-second scene. Best scene in the movie. Yeah,
it's great.
If they'd have made this about like getting this big special truck to move the thing and, had to have like this big, have what's his name, the dead guy that we really like, the big black guy, what's his name?
Ving Rhames?
No.
Wait.
We get Ving Rhames. We get Ving Rhames.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan. We get Michael Clark Duncan because he was at Delgo last week.
Yeah, Delgo.
But we get Ving Rhames, I'm going to do this. And, he crashes this truck and we have...
I love it.
Through L.A. and then he's shooting, like, people that are getting in his way.
That's too much Armageddon good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this movie, you can't make anything mean anything in this movie. That's the key. Nothing can be important. That's how this movie works. Okay?
They get the bomb delivered to them. They don't have to work hard for the bomb.
They don't have to work hard for anything. Nobody works for anything in this movie. Nothing matters.
And they talk about the bomb, and they're like, all you got to do is push this one button twice and then push this other button, boom. Which I like. Well,
you got to hold it down, Dan. It's 2 clicks, and then you hold it down. You would have blown up.
I like that. That's one of the things I liked about the movie was that
sure.
It's a thing you can just do.
Yeah, which is great. Which is great.
So he convinces them to break his son out of prison or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I wrote, stupid son doesn't want him to save the earth. He like says things like,
that is correct.
Why are you doing this? Why do you care, man? talk about the performance of the kid and how ugly weird he looks.
I don't want to spend too much time making because I'm not that beautiful, but he looks like an alien. Let's just call it like it is. I thought at the end the movie should have ended with him like peeling off his skin and being like, "I'm an alien." He looks super weird. And then what performance, Dan? This kid is like a fucking cardboard box. There's nothing. He's got nothing behind the eyes. There's no emotions. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know how he got the role.
When he stands next to Patrick Wilson, you're just like, Patrick Wilson, like, chiseled, man.
Beautiful features.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy.
Yes, he is.
And then this kid is, like, doughy, weird, long-haired piece of fruitcake. You're just like, what is happening?
And we are not convinced that he is American. Not that that's a problem, but it's only a problem. There's a couple of moments when he's saying lines that I'm like, there's no way that that's an English like an American accent.
He's like Canadian.
You are a guy putting on an accent right now. Maybe Austrian. I'm not totally sure, but there's something not American about the way he talks. And Patrick Wilson is like all American guy, and the mom. I don't know. I just thought it was weird.
He's like, yes, father. Please go.
Yes, Father.
Please go and destroy some moon for me. If you destroy some moon, I'll be able to live out my life.
And I could be wrong. Maybe he just talks weird. I don't know.
Okay. The engine is broken. Everybody yells at each other. And then Halle Berry gives her big rousing speech. Everybody go home.
We're closing shop. Great job, everybody. What?
Everybody peace outs in like 13 seconds. They
cannot
get away fast
running
enough.
For the hills, man. They've been waiting all day for her to just call it quits. Nobody's been working all that hard. It's one of those days where it's like, oh, I'm going to pretend like I'm working until the boss tells me I can go home. Oh, okay, bye.
So everybody leaves, and then they're like, oh, wait, what if we got a moon boost? And they're like, moon boost, a moon boost, a moon boost, a moon boost. And then they're like, we have 28 minutes, right? They did say 28 minutes, right?
28 minutes, but then it didn't really matter.
And then they'd stand there and talk. And then they smoke a couple, and then they like play Parcheesi.
Let's keep in mind, they have 28 minutes and only 3 people on the ground to launch a fucking rocket into space.
And they have to convince Sam to get on the goddamn ship. IBS. I've got all the.
No,
I need
that
medication.
was my least favorite Sam moment of. He should be so fucking excited to go to space. This is his life's dream.
Oh my god, he should be running to the capsule.
They play everything wrong.
And he should have his doubts when he's on the ship.
100%. Yeah, once you're in the shit, you're like, oh fuck, what am I doing?
What have I done? I don't have my pills. I have all these problems.
How do people get all of this so wrong, Dan? It's 2022. We know how things work.
Well, Tony, I'm going to tell you something.
I'm going to listen to you.
Another little factoid.
Oh, okay.
How long do you think it took him to write this script?
I think 18 minutes on a napkin. That's what I think.
4 years.
What are you talking about? What took 4 years about this? This is a story. Oh, my God.
Tony,
that doesn't make any sense.
Another factoid. How long does it take to put on a spacesuit?
I think there's a lot to it. So probably like 10, 12 minutes, I think, to get everything hooked up, right?
45 minutes.
It takes 45. I believe it. It sounds extreme, but I do believe it. There's so much going on, and you need help that you can't do it by yourself, right?
You can't put on. Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Oh, fuck no.
So how did they do it, Dan?
You mean, how did they launch the space shuttle? And they're like standing in the command center, which has got to be 20 minutes. You got to walk all the way over there. You take an elevator up. Oh, somebody might be in the elevator,
This is bunk.
So they launch. I wrote again, his stupid kid is so dumb looking. Had to get that in there.
Poor guy. I love it.
So they yeah.
When they're about to launch.
Yeah.
And Halle Berry starts counting down.
Yeah.
We're going to launch in 10. Who is she counting for? All of the people are in the ship.
Go for launch.
You don't just go. Just say, all right, here we go. Push the button.
Patrick Wilson got to do the joke. He's like, fuck it, let's just go. Push the button.
Of course, because there's nobody else there. What are you waiting for? I don't know, man. This is dumb.
So they go up there and they they have to launch through the ocean. They shoot through the ocean. I don't know.
Oh, this is is this the gravity wave?
No, they launch through the ocean. Because the gravity's picking up the ocean,
right?
And bringing the ocean to them.
The only cool thing this movie did was the gravity wave. Is this scene? I mean, they didn't do it right, but it's the only idea of this movie where I was like, that's something I want to see more of, is a cool gravity wave.
Later on, the stupid kid gets trapped under a tree. The gravity wave picks up the 10-ton tree.
Oh boy.
Doesn't pick up him.
Not only does it not pick up him, but then he's fine. He's under this tree that nobody can lift, but he's just, okay, cool. Now I'm great. What the fuck are you talking about, Dan?
Oh, God. Did you ever see that episode of Law & Order? Oh, my God. It's so
For sure
horrible.
Not. Did someone
not
cut in half?
Homicide. I think it was Homicide: Life on the Streets. Yeah, dude. Actually, what's his name? Who plays the Hulk? Is it him?
Which one?
The big guy. Big guy that plays the Hulk. No, the guy who plays Kingpin.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio, New York subway station. Train comes in, squishes his entire body. And so just like the top half of him is sticking out.
Uh-huh.
And he's still alive.
Oh, you're still like,
He's still just waiting to die.
Oh, God, no.
It's so horrible. So horrible.
Well, it's too bad that he didn't have a gravity wave to just lift it right back off and he'd be
fine.
fine.
Actually, once you lift it off, he dies instantly.
Well, not if there's a gravity wave because it puffs up your body. That's what we're missing, is that it actually expands the body back to normal and it's fine.
Okay.
But hold on, this scene. So they launch through the gravity wave, but while they're launching, the kids who are escaping in a car have just decided to stop and watch the launch as the gravity wave is coming at them.
Yeah.
They should die. We should kill all of the kids at this moment because we all are rooting for them to die. Yeah, it is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Die. So we get up in space. Their only way to navigate is with sextant and what's the other thing they use, Tony?
Did you say sex? I don't even...
Sextant.
Wait, what?
Do you know what a sextant is?
Sexting. It's like when you're talking dirty to each other. Yeah.
Sextant's like the old navigational thing you used to use to look. You look through it and then you calculate everything. What was the other,
like Magellan?
Exactly. What was the other thing they were using, Tony?
A ruler. It was a ruler, and he moved it on the thing.
It's a slide rule. Do you know what a slide rule is?
It's just a ruler where you could slide a little plastic thing. That's what I saw in the movie.
Jesus Christ.
What is it? Am I wrong? What does it do, Dan?
Slide rule is the original calculator.
Wait, what? How does it work?
What it works is it works with logarithms. You know what logarithms are?
Great. Log. I remember there's a key on my calculator for log.
Exactly. Yep. So basically the slide rule uses logarithmic things so you can like do complex equations like multiplications and divisions, and you slide the different thing. And I don't know how to use one. We had one when we were kids though. But
did you know how to use it when you were a kid? A little bit. Good enough.
So they go there, and immediately the smoke monster attacks them because Sam's phone is on, and then they have to turn off his phone.
Well, first it's the detonator thing, and he smashes the detonator, and it turns off. Yeah. That's important to remember for a little bit.
Oh,
and then if the phone is still exactly, how does it come back on? If it shut off, which it has to because the guy stopped attacking.
If it's broken,
exactly. Yes. How do they get it back on? I don't know. Yeah, and then he smashes the phone, and then Sam's got a great joke. You could have just turned it off. Stupid. It's all stupid.
Yeah. So then they fly into the thing, and then everything is true. It's hollow. There's gyroscopes. There's a white dwarf that they like look at. Don't think that's a thing you can look at.
Are they flying? They're flying without electronics now?
I have no idea how any of that
because I don't understand how that works. But they're not being attacked.
No.
But how do they use the engine? How do they? I don't get it.
How does it work?
I don't get it.
How does a space shuttle work without electronics?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay. I'm glad that you feel that way too.
They should have had to hike down there for like 6 miles, and there's 1,000 ways you could have done this movie. I mean, all those stupid Deep Impact and Armageddon. I'm sure they do all those things in those stupid movies.
They do it all right. Those movies are great. They're not stupid.
Pretty stupid.
I mean, yes, they're stupid, but they're great. You know what I mean? Like, they're stupid because they're ridiculous, but they do the things right so that it works.
They set up little constructs so the thing works. Oh,
Yeah,
you
and
got to do
whether or not
this.
it won't work in the real world, I don't give a fuck. If it works in the context of your movie and you show me that, it's great.
This movie, they don't explain how they do the things they do when they do them. So,
And they do a lot of things. It's a problem.
So we get in there, and then the smoke monster finds them finally because of something, and then they run away from the smoke monster. Then they get tractor beamed into a thing that locks, but the smoke monster can't get in there. Okay.
Yeah. Why isn't the star just like encased in whatever is protecting them now? Could it not work then?
I don't. You just said a bunch of words, Tony. You have to be a little more specific. What are you saying?
I can't wait to rewatch the look on your face when I just asked that question. It might have been dumber than I thought. So the smoke monster can't get into whatever place they just went into, right?
Bang.
And the monster is somehow taking the dwarf star's power away somehow, right?
I don't know.
Why isn't the star just encased in whatever they are inside? Like, why isn't there like a protective shell around the star that prevents that guy from stealing it?
Let's get to the crux of the movie. Somehow, there's this secondary AI that runs the moon, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so at any time, it could just make the moon go back to its normal orbit. So somehow the evil AI is impeding it in some way that we have no idea how it is impeding, what it's doing, or anything, right?
Yeah.
And so you would think maybe the evil AI has to go in and circle the white dwarf. I like it. Interesting idea. It's stupid. Not that, but it's the thing you could say it's doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then it has to leave and go try to sort of deal with them, right?
Correct. Yes.
And then the moon starts course correcting back. And then it's like, oh, shit, I got to go do this. And you could have played a whole thing with that. Yeah. But instead, we have no idea how this AI is making it so the moon can't do its thing. There's no reason why it has no ability to do that we can know of. But somehow it's screwing up the moon and it's doing this thing and we don't understand any of it.
Yeah. Yep. That is correct. It's great.
They get inside this thing. We see all these alien ships parked there, right?
Yeah. It seems like there's just like a whole row of them.
Seems like we're going to use those alien ships for something, right?
You're not. Don't get excited, Dan. Those are just for show. Okay. They don't run anymore.
So then we get
They were also deactivated in 2011.
So then we go back to Earth and we deal with the oxygen getting sucked and we kill Micah Peñas and we have car chases and we have tunnels.
Yeah, we've skipped over a bunch of
all the
land stuff.
Oh, God, we skipped all the land stuff.
So we do have to talk about the land stuff because in a terrible movie, it is the worst of the worst.
You just please take us back to I want 15 more minutes of exposition on the moon just so I don't have to spend any more time on Earth.
Time with these shitty people.
They have their car stolen by random guys.
Okay, yeah, so the kids are driving in a Hummer and someone is stuck on the side of the road, so they stop to help them. First of all, you never do that. I don't care that we're in the end of times and you should help your fellow man. Fuck your fellow man. Get your kids. Get to safety. Yep. They stop. Gun gets pulled on them. Of course, they lose their car, and then the kid's like, "Don't worry, I know where to get a new one." Does he know where he even is? And how far is it to his mom's place? How far did they walk? Because I imagine it's pretty far. And you're telling me no one from there to there killed them? Someone stole their car at gunpoint. We are in chaos. Somebody murdered those kids.
More importantly, why did they steal their car?
There's no reason for it.
To just drive somewhere that's within walking distance.
Correct. Because they show up at the village. A village.
No, they're there. They stayed. That's where they live, I guess.
I guess.
And they stop. They don't keep going. So then the bad guys are there, and then they realize they have to go. The good guys realize they have to go to oxygen. Same bad guys show up at the oxygen.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, hey, thanks for getting the oxygen for us. And then there's a very anticlimactic scene where the kid pulls a gun, and then they're all just like, oh, hey, here's your stuff back.
Now, when he pulled then there's a big car chase, too.
The car chase, isn't that later?
I don't know.
Because they're like driving and then they show up a third time on the road and they're like, wow, wow, road wars.
And then
This
he has
movie
to,
is
he has to
awful.
ride a gravity wave to escape from them or something stupid.
Yep, that's correct. Over like some breaking apart, roads, and then the guy runs into part of the road and he blows up. It's awful. It's truly terrible stuff.
So we get there and
wait, Dan, we missed the best part. Hold on, we got to talk about the character development. I forgot. This is my favorite part of the movie. When they're going to get the oxygen, it's Michael Pena and Shit Kid, right? And the
Shit Kid?
Yeah, Shit Kid. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Okay, call him Shit Kid, Tony.
What do you want to call him? What's his name?
Shit Kid. That's
Shit Kid. So Shit
Does
Kid
he have a name in the movie?
I'm sure he does. He can't just say my son all the time, right? My son's in jail. It's Sonny. It's Sonny.
My Shit Kid's in jail. Okay, so Michael Pena and Shit Kid go to get the oxygen.
And they're going to the oxygen, and Michael Pena's like, hey, I know you hate me, but it's the last few hours. Can we just be civil or some shit? And the kid's like, I don't hate you. And Michael Pena's like, you know what? I'll take it. That's character development? What the fuck am I watching right now?
I mean, shouldn't he say, I never hated you, I just resented you because you're sweet.
He should say something.
Because you're sweet rides.
Sweet rides, baby. He should say something, anything. There should be a real conversation here.
And the thing I didn't understand is he says, I don't hate you, right? Is that what he says?
That's what he says, yep.
What does that even mean? Does that mean he's never hated him? Or I've stopped hating you?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean literally anything. There's nothing that happens in this scene. I don't know why it's in the movie. There should be an actual scene here so that we have some sort of connection to Michael Pena when we just decide to kill him in a minute for no reason.
Michael Pena should have said like, okay, dude.
Right? Like, all right, you know what? Fuck this. Let's just get the oxygen and go. This is dumb.
I've tried so much with your fucking ass and fucking I've gotten nowhere with you. What is your fucking problem?
See? Great scene.
I don't hate you, dude.
Okay.
Who are you again?
What's your name?
Oh, you're my stepdad? Is that who you're supposed to be? I don't know, man.
I've never seen you before.
So we get the explanation. Your ancestors, so the human beings have been transported to here. So fuck the fossil records and all that bullshit. Because they just dropped us down right at the right moment.
Evolution doesn't exist. Yeah.
And so we created an AI, which is not smart. It's just this dumb AI. It's like all it wants to do is kill. It's not even an AI. It's just like it just decides it wants to kill humans. At least the Terminators sort of had they had a thing, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, of course they did.
They could learn and figure out time travel and shit. This AI, dumbest AI in the world.
Yeah. It doesn't do shit.
And then the humans, after making a thing that destroys them, what do, Tony?
Nothing.
No, they make another AI.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
and
that's right.
While the other AI is black when it's in its little cube,
this one's white. Because it's good. Good.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah.
White pigment, good. Dark pigment.
Exactly.
Evil AI.
Welcome to space, man.
Thanks, Roland.
No, that is. I didn't even think about the fact that the AI is trying to kill them. So then they make a new AI.
Yeah.
What are we doing? That's great. That's great stuff.
When you put a human brain in a box or something, whatever.
Oh, I love that, in a box.
Okay, so they're like, okay, now, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna need a human to lure it, and you got to go. So you got to go and bomb it.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all, and let me tell you why. So let's go to let's go to Armageddon this time. Okay. That's the good one. They have a way to kill it remotely.
Sure.
The detonator stops working. Suddenly, someone has to be left behind.
Someone has to get in a little car and drive out there.
Exactly. Great little moment.
And everybody fights about it. Bruce
Yes.
Willis is like, I'm the guy. And then Ben Affleck is like, I'm the guy. And then whatever random girl. See, I haven't even seen this movie. And I know what the plot is.
Hold on. You've never seen Armageddon?
I've seen one of them. I don't remember
Holy
which one.
shit,
I've
Dan.
seen either
We
Deep
got it.
Impact or Armageddon. I don't remember which one I've
Oh
seen.
my God, we gotta watch Armageddon. Anyhow, the point is that this movie, instead of having the moment where the people realize what they need to do, they're just told the AI is just like, oh, by the way, you need to go kill yourself. Is that cool? Okay, great. What the fuck is that?
That should have been like a trick.
Yeah, great. What we need is a human moment here where the hero is like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to sacrifice myself.
Tony,
He has to go through that. Someone can't just tell him, by the way, you gotta go die.
Tony, here it is.
Oh, talk to me. I'm ready.
The black AI is the good AI. The white AI is the evil AI.
I actually love this idea, and I think that would be a very fun twist.
And the white AI is trying to get them to kill the black AI.
Because it's trying to save the world.
And they got
That's
figure
brilliant,
that out.
Dan. That's great. I love that. Not this movie.
So the thing opens the doors and boom, the destroyed shuttle is now been made into a super shuttle.
Yeah, what?
That's my joke. Super shuttle.
Super shuttle.
You know, like you take
Just
to
like from the airport.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wrote a joke. Wrote it down.
I wrote it down. I'm proud of you, Dan.
I was walking with Shannon. I was like, Tony had a joke the other day about the weather satellite thing.
Dutch boy.
Dutch boy made a Dutch boy joke, and I was like, I can't remember the joke because he told it. It was very funny. And then I told her, I wrote a joke for this one, and she's like, "What's the joke?" And it's like, I don't remember what the joke is. I wrote it down so that I wouldn't forget.
I wrote it down. I'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, that's what you do, Dan. You did great. Super shuttle, saving the day. But it doesn't make any sense.
So they get in the super shuttle. They go out there, and then they all get to fight over who's going to do it. And Halle Berry's character is doing something weird to make her like. She's doing something really. What was she doing? I don't know.
She was just sitting there. What was she doing?
So Sam slips into the back, and then he goes to do it.
Yeah, because we don't have that moment of them fighting. You're wrong. Like, that doesn't. Patrick Wilson is just like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm going to kill myself. And Halle Berry's like, that was your plan all along? And then Sam is just slipping out the back as they kind of talk about it. And then he's in the thing, and Patrick Wilson's like, hey, Sam, don't do it. And Sam's like, I'm going to do it. And he's like, okay, cool. See you later.
Good
Tell
luck.
my mom who doesn't remember me. Awful. There's zero emotion. Sam, my favorite character, whose name I can't remember, is dying. I should feel something, Dan. I need to feel. There are no humans in this movie.
And so he goes and dies and kills the bad thing. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And then,
here's my problem, Dan.
Yeah.
So they release him. They unhook, right? And he's heading towards the smoke monster. Smoke monster grabs the machine and like goes in and then like looks at Sam and opens up his eye thing and is like glowing blue. Do you remember when the other astronauts went to space and the smoke monster just broke through the windshields and attacked their faces immediately?
Yes.
I guess Sam's lucky that the smoke monster didn't do it this time. What is the point? Why is he looking at him?
It's thinking about like maybe it finds him attractive.
Maybe your brain is intriguing. That's what it's thinking.
He is the smartest guy on the planet. So
so
of course they then just fly back to Earth in their super shuttle. They land, and then a helicopter shows up to like take them to their kids.
Well, it happens that fast, which is ridiculous because it should not. But they land, and they see, this is the first time they've seen the Earth in a little while, right? And it's destroyed. Everything, I think they said they're in New York City. New York City is fucking leveled.
But there's a helicopter.
They do not care at all.
There's a helicopter.
They make a joke about something.
Do they make a joke?
I don't remember what it was. It wasn't very good, but like they laugh a little bit and they're like, hey, we make a good team. New York is decimated. Everyone's dead. I don't care.
But there's a helicopter ready at their disposal.
And then that was the joke. I don't think it was a joke, but he like looks at the red light and he's like, is that a tracking beacon? She's like, I sure hope so. I'm pretty sure that was exactly what they said. And then somehow, oh my God, I hate this movie. And then somehow the kids are like walking again, right? They're walking somewhere
out of the tunnel.
And this helicopter.
I think they walk out of the tunnel, don't they?
Yeah, because they're in the tunnel. They walk out of tunnel,
'Cause,
and this helicopter then lands.
Tunnel's going to solve all problems.
Oh my god, dude. We gotta get in the tunnel. Fuck you. But the helicopter with the parents lands right in front of them.
Yeah.
How did they find the kids? One, how did they find the kids? Two, aren't they in Colorado? So they flew from New York to Colorado. How long were those kids walking? Those kids are dead, is my point. They died in the wilderness. Okay.
So Casey's there talking to his mom, and the moon says, "We scanned your consciousness. You are now part of the moon.
Very exciting stuff.
We've got important things to do now."
What do we have to do? Moonfall 2.
The rebuilding of the earth.
Yeah. Oh boy. Ooh, this movie sucked.
I realize I get to the end of these movies and I check out so hard I don't even pay any attention to what's happening in them. You know, once I know, okay, that's done. We've decided who gets to die.
Yeah.
I'm not paying any more attention.
I didn't care.
But you actually keep paying attention. I'm proud of you.
I kept paying attention because I was so mad last night. I was just in a red rage. This is my favorite genre of movie. I love these ridiculous disaster movies. They fucked it up so bad.
It's Tony's favorite genre.
I just don't understand how you mess it up so bad. There's so many good ones that have come before. Why can't we make them anymore?
What's 2012? What's that one about?
2012 is John Cusack driving kids around the world as it crumbles. It's great because there's like a family.
That's where they go to the Ark.
Yes, and there's human emotions. That's what these movies are missing. Like he adds so much shit that we just don't deal with humans at all, and then you don't care.
Well, does 2012 just follow one sort of thread, or are there two threads?
Yeah, it's like 80. I would say like 70%, 80% on just the Cusack in the limo, basically. Yeah,
and it gets stupid and absurd, like when they're driving through LA and jumping from their cars, like jumping from piece of
100%.
freeway to piece of freeway.
But I'm okay with it.
It's at least was entertaining because like I said, the Randy's Donuts, they're doing all the LA jokes.
Yeah, and
do the jokes.
Do jokes, do fun, do love. Like I feel anything. I need any sort of emotion from these movies, and we just don't deal with anything. Everyone's detached from everything emotionally. Nobody gives a shit. I don't give a shit. There's a couple of cool scenes, like visually. But that's not enough to get me through a movie.
This is what coronavirus has done to us.
My God. I don't know. Independence Day Resurgence was before coronavirus.
It's desensitized us to Hollywood blockbusters.
No, they just make them wrong. I will watch Armageddon right now and I will cry my ass off. I'll tell you that right now.
Just wait till we get to do the Toby, the one where the pirate ship flying through the air, the new one. Spider-Man, Tom Holland, that's his name.
Uncharted?
Yeah, we gotta do that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty ready for that. Oh boy.
Okay, anything else to say about this pile of garbage?
One last thing, because we skated over the Michael Pena death, and I just want to talk about how unimpactful it was and how weird it was, because we just do a quick cut to him and his daughter walking, and immediately she's like, I can't breathe anymore. And he's like, oh, here's mine. Go keep walking. I'll die in the snow. There's no emotion in this scene. There's nothing interesting. It's just so bad. Everything is so bad. And I love Michael Pena, and watching him die should be hard for me.
Shouldn't it be he's with the stupid son and then they have to like go back and forth?
Yes. 1,000,000%. Why are they not going back and forth?
So that
even with the daughter.
Yeah. So that they have to like work as a team, and we see this teamwork that these two guys that were at loggerheads.
I guess he doesn't hate him. Look at that. That's great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This movie's terrible. It's one of, if not the worst movie that we've seen. To
really?
Me. I am livid, Dan. I'm so mad about it.
I didn't mind this movie.
You didn't mind this? This piece of shit. Oh,
it
Dan.
It didn't make me angry. It was like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I just sort of breezed through it. I mean, it was stupid, but there are movies. Some of these movies I like stop and walk out. A bunch 20 minutes, and I'll just be like, I'll walk out there, and Shannon's like, "Oh, are you okay?"
This movie was very upsetting to me.
Yeah, I think I watched this all in one day. Didn't have no problems with this
Wow.
one. I don't know why.
Well, because you don't care, because it's nothing.
'Cause I
Because
don't
it's
care.
nothingness. Your hopes were not. My hopes were here. My hopes were up, man. I was like, this is going to be so fun. I'm so excited for this movie, and it just let me down on every turn.
Now we talk about something we like this week.
All right.
I've been delving into Severance now that it's all there.
Ooh.
Oh my god. At first you're like, John Turturro has to win every Emmy ever.
Sure.
He's beyond phenomenal in this.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Have you watched this show?
We have not. We've only watched the first two.
It gets better. The first two, you're like,
I'm interested.
It's interesting, but
Yes.
man, it goes deep into interesting
Fuck.
weirdness.
Okay. All right.
But Don Turturro, and then what's his name? Adam, what's his name?
Yeah, from Parks and Rec.
And then the girl, she's great. And then the other guy, and then what's his name? Christopher Walken. Just everybody's just, you're like, I don't know what the hell's going on with this. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's where we are right now.
What do you got?
But
for us,
I'm
Tony?
interested.
What
We're behind the times, so we finally started watching Ozark this week.
Oh, okay.
Woo! Boy, that's a dark show, but it's good.
I watched like the first episode, and I was like, "Yep, no."
Well, you don't always love shitty people doing shitty things,
Nope.
and that's all the show is, isn't it? And they just keep getting worse.
Shittier. Yeah.
It's not it took us a few episodes to realize this is not a redemption tale.
No.
This is just like, how shitty can we go and still survive? And once I let that in, I'm really enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, I never watched the whatever it was, the guy that made the drugs in the desert with
Breaking Bad.
Never watched that show either.
Oof, also good.
Same sort of thing. It's like
100%. Yeah, not
no, thank you.
Not redemption.
I wanna watch movie shows that confuse me.
Okay.
So Tony, next week we gotta stay in 2022 because that's
it's a good
where
year
all
for
the best
shitty movies
are gonna be coming out, and we're gonna go to the one, you know it, you love it. We're going into the bubble.
The Bubble, which I have to imagine is a movie about the making of Moonfall. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty much the same sort of thing.
Fucking shit.
And I watched the first 20 minutes. And I had to turn it off because I wanted to kill myself. And
I'm excited.
This one's going to be painful to get through because
I can't wait. But at least this one, I'm not excited. Like, I don't think this is going to be good.
No.
I think this is going to be shitty, and I feel like I'm ready for it.
See, I think you thought Moonfall was going to be shitty, but you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, no, like it's bad, but it's so good.
No,
that's what I was hoping for. You know, like a Dutch boy. You know,
Dutch Boy. I like that movie. Makes you miss that movie.
Oh,
makes you miss that movie.
So, and I don't generally miss Gerard Butler, but I did last night.
You wanted some more G-butt. give me a big dose of G-butt.
Give me that big old G-butt. All right, well, the bubble.
The bubble. We're going to see what Judd Apatow does when he assembles his entire family and puts them on the payroll, and they can all try to be funny.
Nepotism. Love it.
Yeah. What was his last movie?
Probably 40-Year-Old Virgin. You know, that's probably the last one he did.
Been a long time. Been a long time. No launching of careers anymore. Remember when guys like this used to make movies so that they could launch the careers of people that are really interesting?
Yeah, I do.
Now they just put their daughters in these movies.
Maybe there aren't any more interesting people out there. Have you thought about that?
Jono has, our friend Jono Wilson has his Showtime show coming out in 2 weeks.
I'm very excited. Very excited.
He looks like he's going to be beyond amazing.
Yeah, kid's going to be a star. Fuck him.
You know, we have 3 or 4 people we came up through the improv ranks with that are working consistently, and they're all very funny, very charismatic, very interesting people. So,
and in Jono's case, very handsome.
If Jono was in the stupid Bubble movie, he would have been great.
Yeah, amen.
You know?
I'd watch that. I mean, we're going to watch it either way. But...
Did you ever watch that movie? What was it called? The Game or something, about where they the woman is marrying into the family, and then she has to play the game.
Hide and seek.
Hide and seek. That's what it's called.
Yeah, hell yeah, I love that movie.
You can still make movies like that, and then you make movies like this. That's my question. Hide and seek looked. I looked at the trailer. I was like, "What is this?" And then I watched it, and I was like, "Okay,
all right, yeah, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Yeah.
You can make a fun Hollywoodish movie.
Yeah.
Make them fun.
Not this. This is terrible.
You can hire a random kid that's stupid.
This poor kid.
We beat up on him.
I know. It's not his fault. None of it's his fault. Well, other than his weird face. But other than that, not his fault. Don't
hire a weird face kid. Hire him for something where you want a weird face kid.
Yeah.
Just
use him like we use Steve Buscemi. All right.
Yeah.
When you want a weird character, great, call him.
But you want that kind of good-looking son, get Josh Duhamel.
Yeah.
Age him down some. He's gonna be great. He's gonna
digitally age him down. Yeah, it looks great.
Okay, Josh. You're going to be playing a 20-year-old. He's like, I'm 52.
Yeah. Just we'll worry about that in post. You just do your thing. Oh, God.
So if you like what you see, subscribe, leave a comment, give us a thumbs up. That's how we monetize the stream.
Which we don't. We don't do that at all. But that is theoretically, that's how it would be done by people more professional than us.
Can you imagine sitting there getting 1 million views and just rolling in those big fat checks?
I don't think that's a big fat check. I think that's a small check, but I would feel good about it.
How we would waste that money? God damn, we'd waste that money on
I would make you buy things. A nicer camera.
Never.
Good for you. Hold it down.
So, thanks for showing up. We'll be back next week, and we're ready to enter the bubble.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony.